Hello, this is Jerry Zremski from the Buffalo News Washington Bureau, reporting today from the United States Supreme Court, where the 9 justices just heard 2 hours of oral arguments in a question that really will affect all Americans, whether Congress or not can or cannot require you to buy health insurance. It was a fascinating, very in-depth and complex argument, but having been there, I'd just draw a few important conclusions. First of all, several of the conservative justices are obviously very, very concerned that the Commerce Clause of the Constitution may not give Congress the power to regulate what's really a decision not to participate in the economy. No one disagrees that Congress has the power to regulate interstate commerce and that health care, in many cases, amounts to interstate commerce. But the question is, if you decide not to buy health insurance, if you decide not to participate in a particular market, is that commerce? Is that something that falls under Congress's power? And several of the conservative justices, led by Justice Scalia, seem to have grave doubts about that. On the other side, the liberals, led by Justice Breyer, made the point that really already Congress has regulated all sorts of products and essentially made it so that Americans have to buy certain things. For example, if you buy a car, it has to include emissions equipment that the federal government mandates. So those were the 2 sides of the argument in a kind of simplified nutshell. There were many, many detailed legal arguments made as well, but if you were to really break it down into the practical particulars, that would be it. One of the most fascinating things about the argument, I thought, was the role of Chief Justice John Roberts. He, like a good lawyer, really seemed to be asking very tough questions of both sides and perhaps trying to find a middle ground, a way of issuing a ruling in this case that would be particular to health care and may not affect all the other many federal statutes that are really resting on the Commerce Clause as their legal basis. So this was the second day of 3 days of arguments before the court, and I'll be back here tomorrow with more. And of course, we'll be here again when the Supreme Court rules on this case, probably sometime in late June or early July. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you read my story in the Buffalo News about all of this, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.